Yeah, no, I have to admit, because it's again, this is a subject I didn't want to initially touch upon because again,
It's not a pleasant one.
no, it's not a pleasant one, and it's a case of again I speak, and it's something I know I had great difficulties trying to plan how I would do it. So again, I had to reach out
Yeah.
to both my friends Jess and Mel to explain how they would plan it, and they said, oh, you did a panel, and that's why I reached out to you. But again, I come from
Yeah.
a very very massive privileged position because again I'm being a bloke.
Yeah.
I'm not overweight. I'm not particularly short, and I don't really put myself out on the online space. I think I have a cosplay page, but I famously don't plug it because I just honestly don't care. And
Yeah.
so again, I've experienced very little with it. As a matter of fact, I could probably count on one hand the so-called bullying I experienced, but I wouldn't necessarily say it was bullying. It happened in general public. I think at the cosplay meet, the UK picnic, somebody called me a waste man. That's though to be honest, that happened in North
Never
London.
had that before.
That's North London. And when I was in Cardiff, funny enough, somebody called me a gay boy when I was with my fellow Game of Thrones cosplaying lot. And
I do love Game of Thrones.
so do I. And I'm thinking, but if you think about it, in the grand scheme of things, I've been in cosplay for almost 2 years now, and I've only have 2 recorded incidents of
Look at you.
yeah, I know. Again, so that's why I say it's
Yeah.
practically negligible. And again, in the 2 years and sort of almost 14 or 16 events I've been to, that's all I've experienced. I mean, I've experienced other things such as politics and drama, but again, I can definitely say that is not bullying. So Becky,
Hi.
yeah. So what did you say in your panel, and how did you explain it?
So I basically started off with, because I wasn't alone on my panel. I had 4 other people who I know have gone through difficulties with, like, bullying through cosplay, and people who have supported me. And I basically just talked about my experiences. I am not one to conform to anything. So like right now I have bright purple hair. I also have a lot of tattoos. And I found that when you do things like this, people will judge you regardless of whether it's cosplay, whether it's work, whether it's uni, college, school, whatever. And I tend to cosplay a lot of princesses because I was a child brought up on Disney, and yeah, when it comes to princesses, like, just, you can't stop me talking. And I cosplay things like Elsa and Anna and Ariel, Merida, and all those things. And I'm not the skinniest of people either. I mean, I'm healthy, I exercise, but I'm not like the skinniest of people. And I remember this instant on my page that someone messaged me, and they're like, "You're too fat to be a princess. You can't be a princess because you've got tattoos." And it's like, oh my god, I've like, I tend to I'd like to think I'm a really nice person, and like, and it's like, it's really hard when it first happens because you're like, oh, I was only cosplaying someone I really admire, and like, I think people tend to forget that these characters do not exist.
Okay. Hold up, one thing before you go on, Becky. Your voice is kind of breaking up a bit.
Oh, are we okay now?
Yeah,
Yes.
that's much better.
I think people tend to forget these characters don't exist. They are not real. They aren't going to come round to your house and slap you across the face and say you're doing it wrong. And yeah, I've just experienced a lot with. I've had death threats over it.
Hold up. Wait, why? What the hell?
It was a fake account. I know it's a fake account because when I clicked on it, it was like created today, and it had no friends, and there was one picture. And basically, they told me that if I did continue to cosplay, and it's the stupidest thing in the world, but that I'd get my throat slit. Now, I got very emotional.
Hold up. Excuse my French, but what the fuck? Why the fuck would somebody want to threaten? Would somebody want to threaten you just because you want to dress up in a costume? What the actual fuck is that about? Sorry.
Yeah, I got threatened to get my throat slit if I continued to do it. This was one of the first times it had happened, so I still wasn't. I know it's going to sound awful, but I wasn't used to it yet. I hadn't built up kind of the wall against it, and I was still learning about cosplay. So it was a very big. It got me down really, and I almost considered quitting. But it's creating a support network, though. I've learned over the past nearly 4 years of doing this of don't push people away and don't be like, no, I'm fine, because you're not fine and it doesn't help. And I just have an amazing cosplay family. And the people that I've kind of gained to know over the past few years over the cons and I'm getting emotional again, oh my god. And the events that you go to, so they're really you just have to get yourself a really good support network because those guys, and I'm sorry about my French, will stick the fuck up for you. Like, that's
going to be one of my main points as well. Was literally.
Oh, no,
But yeah, and then I kind of stopped doing princesses for a while and moved on to, and I stopped giving a shit. That is the main thing that I did. I stopped giving a shit, and I was like, if I want to go out there in short shorts and have my booty out, I'm going to have my booty out, regardless if people say you can't do that. And I think cosplay is just like, oh yeah, everybody's so non-judgmental, and everybody's so loving and welcoming. You get there, you're like, yeah, they lied. They lied so hard.
So would you? Oh, sorry. So would you definitely say there was a massive disparity between when you did it in person and then when you got home and you just basically saw your social media light up with, well, the muggy boneheads that just came out of the woodworks saying all this crap behind your back?
Yes. I think that's why I learned not to give a shit, because of the absolute amazing love and support that I got when I was at cons, and people would be like, wow, like, your costume's so good, like, wow. And it's like, nothing makes you feel better than when somebody compliments what you do, and especially when it's something that you absolutely love. When you get home and it's like, oh, somebody's hiding behind their keyboard.
Keyboard warriors, yes.
Oh,
we can see where this is going. Again, we've got some great examples we're going to have a nice little chat about later. But yeah.
And I think, you just have to learn not to give a shit. I mean, when I moved away from princesses, it did stop a little bit and then started up again. And you kind of sit there and think, what am I doing wrong?
We're probably jumping the shot
I'm
because.
so sorry. Oh my god.
No, don't worry about it. It's what was that saying? No plan survives the battlefield. So again, we'll definitely cover that in the solutions in a bit.
Yeah.
But I want to talk about these examples because again, I had to ask around and didn't get as many response as I thought I would, because evidently it's kind of personal. People don't really want to talk about it. But I did have two rather interesting examples, which definitely want to run with the panel. And example one. It's not exactly what I would definitely call traditional bullying, but it was being edited out of videos and pics because they were overweight. This had happened several times to friends, both male and female, editing shots so that the thinner members are still in, but I was cut out completely. Now,
I've had that.
Again, it's not what I would say traditional bullying in a bully sense, but you could definitely say that is just dickish behaviour upon
definitely
the person, and that is definitely victimization of the person who's like, whoa, what did I do to deserve this?
Yeah. I mean,
it's more like as well, like with the group, you're cosplaying with a group, you should let all the group be involved, and if you don't want them involved in a certain pitch, you just say, hey, I want these two people or whatever, rather than videoing them expecting to be in it and then cutting them out completely. That's so silly. You just kind of think, well, why would you ask that person to be involved in the first place?
Yeah.
I mean, for that, I think as well, maybe even working with people that you know, like friends or friends that are photographers or whatever, will obviously kind of cut a lot of that out.
It's always difficult when you're from a compositional viewpoint. It's always difficult as well when you're trying to. I think it depends on what you're doing with it and how you're putting it together as well. But what I can't condone is people cutting people out of just kind of general photos or stuff like that. I can kind of understand it from the other point of view if you are creating a composition. But then there are ways round it so that you don't offend anybody. It's like when I take a picture of people, I'll take a picture of a group and then I'll take a picture of people individually. And sometimes it's sometimes it's a lot to do with the photographer as well. Sometimes the lighting's wrong, or sometimes a bit of skirt's flapping up and you can't sit and edit it like that. But if you take them individually, you publish them somewhere else, and you're like, here you go, here's an awesome picture of you. That's all people really want. And then you've then got the pictures for, the things compositionally. And I know that because when I was designing the site, we can only use pictures that are taken in landscape form to do features. So a lot of the time, somebody won't get a feature just because they didn't have a landscape picture, and I can't display it, basically. So yeah, I think there are definitely two sides to that, but I think when it becomes a problem is when people aren't courteous that the people that they're taking pictures of are real people. They're not just their aesthetic models to deliver them something.
Well, the comments on my page was, do you remember the segment that I think it might have been This Morning did on Cosplay?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I remember that.
They had some guests on, and their costumes were breathtaking. Like, if I could sit there and make that, I would I'd be...
Yeah, two of the people that appeared on This Morning are friends of mine, so yeah, I definitely know them, yeah.
And they created like a Twitter, Facebook thing of, what do you think? And I thought that as soon as I saw that, I was like, fuck. Because when I was reading the comments, it was like, some of them were like, actually it's quite cool, like, that costume actually looks really good. And there was some like, isn't that just for kids, or how childish, or how like bored do you be to do this?
Now, the thing about that is, I saw that comment section ever, and I can definitely remember that the negative comments were drowned. Emphasis on the word drowned by the positive response. I can definitely say for every one bad comment, there was almost 50 good comments. I mean, yeah,
that makes a change. That does actually make a change, because normally, like, the cosplay stuff that you sort of see in mainstream media, I just avoid comments, to be honest, because I just will get annoyed by it.
It depends where you look. If you go to 4chan, which funny enough we're going to touch upon our next topic.
Oh no, not 4chan. It's the bowels of the internet where the bad monsters live.
Yeah, here be monsters, but like
at that, I actually got some really bad comments on my page after people had watched that.
On your page, okay.
I did see the positive comments from it, and I thought that it was so nice. But a few people, and I'll try and find them, and I'll send you them actually, I've just seen, like, they started up a conversation which was completely normal. I've just seen a segment of cosplay and stuff on This Morning. I was like, oh, cool. Didn't know who these people were, just thought they were going to be like, oh, and it's actually quite cool. But no, I got, and how stupid do you have to be? Are you, like, fucked up in the head or something? It's like, what? Like, as much as I did see the positive comments, and some people did message me, was like, it's actually, like, seeing you and seeing this is, like, made me really want to start cosplaying, but I got some really nasty comments from it. I don't know why it's always me. Like,
I know, I was gonna say,
Becky, it sounds like you just keep getting the short end of the stick of everything, which is awful.
Do, but I'm not gonna give up, because I'm not that type of person, and I'm not gonna let
that's good.
Uneducated, closed-minded people change that. But yeah, I did not get a good response from that whatsoever.
Yeah, we've ran out of time, unfortunately, because we did touch upon cyberbullying, but we'll just briefly retouch it because it is one of the examples, because it was somebody did submit this to sort of echo your response. It was says, yes, online based bullying, being female, short, overweight makes me not allowed to cosplay certain characters. So yeah, Becky, this is pretty endemic, isn't it?
It's it's a really awful thing to happen, and I've seen it happen to my friends, and it's just the worst feeling in the world when you try something so hard and you love something so much, and at times it can be the only thing that makes you happy, to have somebody sit and think that it's totally okay to be like, you shit, or in cases, death threats.
Okay.
To short, fat, and female to cosplay, my response to that would be, I'm 5'8", I'm female, I'm not exactly the skinniest person in the world. I do Jane from Firefly, who's supposed to be about 6 foot. He's really burly, really masculine, really grrr. I'm not any of those things, but I do it anyway because I love the character. I don't care. I have, like Becky said earlier, you need that good support network, I think, sometimes. And I always say to people, if someone's really harassing you at a con, report it to the staff. If we're at a con, come talk to us, because trust me, Jess and I can both go bitch on people.
Yeah, it's the same on the internet as well. Like, I don't run a cosplay page. I don't have my own media thing for my cosplays, because number one, I'm not really here for me. I'm here for everybody else that does the cosplay. Number two, it means that if situations are getting out of hand, or people's being horrible, or people be hating on you, then I can come in and be like, "Oi, quit your hating," and there's nothing much they can really do, because it's like, "Oh, I'm gonna go and like spam your page and bitch about you." Okay, go for it. Have fun finding it. But yeah, it's horrible, and it's horrible when you're trying to create a brand and a presence for yourself, and you don't want to seem like the bad guy. You don't want to seem like the person that's like, no.
There's two sides to every coin, and I just had a recent incident which I won't really get into, but yeah, there is definitely two sides to every coin, because again, I'm a tall person, and I again, it's probably jerkish of me. I didn't really understand that somebody's height is really offensive to them, because again, I said a comment which was not snide at all, because again, I've only met this person like once in real life, and I said, yeah, I remember the only reason why I remembered you was because I remembered you were like a bit short, and he took that really, really badly. And again, I'm gonna have to think long and hard next time when I meet somebody of a shorter stature, not to talk about height at all, because again, I don't know, because again, me being a tall person, I just don't see height as an offensive thing. But again, that's, I don't know, me having really bad people skills or whatever.
I think I just get annoyed when people mention my height. It's like, yeah, I know I'm small. You do not need to tell me.
I'm not short, so I can't really comment.
Yeah,
I'm short. I'm one of these people that just walk around like, yeah, I'm short. I don't care. Woo, shortness.
And because you're really tall and I'm not.
Okay, well, okay. I think we've already briefly covered this, but again, we've already just talked about the possible solutions. Again, generally in real life, there's plenty of staff. If someone is a bell end, they're gonna be toast. They're gonna be out there, aren't they?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. We've dealt with stuff like that before. Tell us, or tell another staff member in the con, or tell security. And if you feel too shy, then come and tell me, and I'll deal with it.
Yeah, exactly.
There's lots of options.
There's loads of options, like actually at cons, and to be fair, I think cons deal with it very, very well.
Yeah, definitely.
In general.
Yeah. Like the worst thing that you can do, which a lot of people do, stop it, is they don't tell anybody, then they'll go home, bitch on social media, then have a go at me, because I have not found the brown-haired, brown-eyed person that called somebody a twat in costume.
That doesn't really narrow it down, does it?
Exactly. That is you are spot on there, Danny. Number one, I'm brown-haired and brown-eyed.
It was you, wasn't it?
It was me. It was me all along. There are lots of brown-haired, brown-eyed people. I get this a lot. Please stop it.
Also, people in cosplay.
Yeah, number two, there's not, when we are outside of the convention, there's nothing I can do. My convention powers are revoked. I go back to being a normal human being that, swans around and goes to the toilet like everybody else and has a boyfriend like everybody else and just sort of mills around just shopping. Sorry?
Nothing. It was just a joke.
No, I didn't hear what you said.
Oh, you're like, it's just like everybody. I've got a boyfriend. Buddy Jess.
No, I'm sorry. No, I didn't mean it like that. Oh, now I feel bad.
It was a joke. Carry on.
I love you, Becky.
Or a girlfriend, or any friend,
Or any friend. Yes. What I mean is that
happily single.
people,
never mind. Carry on. Go ahead.
It's like when you put somebody behind a table.
In real life, again, you can just report them, and they'll be toast. But again, as
Yes.
but
Do
the
it at the
cyber,
con.
of course, but the cyberbullying. Now that's again, this is something, again, because I don't really put myself out on social media. Ironically, again, I just want to make a kick-ass costume, turn up to cons, and that's kind of it. But to some people, yeah, social media is really, really important because people work long lives, and it's like that's their lifeline. That's their voice to the universe. So if you're being attacked in a place that you simultaneously receive praise, that could be very hard now, couldn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, I know a lot of cosplayers that will literally just delete and block and just ignore, to be honest, as much as possible. Because obviously, when you get death threats, yes, it's horrible, I imagine. I don't know. Sorry, I've got a cat. Hide the cat.
See the tail.
But basically, I know a lot of cosplayers that will literally just delete and block and try and ignore as much as possible. And like you said, having that support network, having really good friends around you should really help. In that you have those people that support you no matter what. And those people are going to be there.
It helps online as well. Because they'll usually stick up for you online as well. Which is really nice.
And
sorry, go on, Becky.
and there's people online that you don't know in person, and as much as the bad side that can be, I've got so many friends on Facebook that I've not met, but I can consider them as like really close friends and really kind of really amazing. And the amount of times they've jumped in and stuck up for me, and it's a blessing and a curse.
I mean, there are some like really positive like Facebook groups as well. Like one I really like at the moment is Cosplay Support Movement, because they will literally delete anyone that's flaming anybody. They will just ban them.
Oh yeah,
and I'm
a member of that too. I think it's only just recently reached 1,500 people or something, because that's actually quite fast. Because I remember joining it was like under 600, and it's like, oh wow.
Yeah. It was,
there are some nicer ones out. Like I purposely don't go on the MCM ones because they can just get into troll fest.
Yeah, I think I'm going to say this. But I can't keep iterating this. The nickname I've got for the MCM group is eye cancer. That is what I will call it. That is what I will call it. Although saying that though, if you go to 4chan, that kind of makes eye cancer look clean enough to eat off.
Oh God, that's
awful.
Yeah.
Yeah, 4chan, just don't go to. I don't go to 4chan. I hear people where they're like, "Oh, there was another row on 4chan about X and Y." For some reason, I'm not on 4chan. Not as far as I'm aware.
Shh! Don't jinx it. Don't jinx it.
Oh no, I've been really lucky so far. That's just because it's like, I just don't go there. It's just a bad place, and nobody should go there. And people think that they have the right to say really horrible things about other people there, and it's kind of the community. I think it's kind of almost expected and sort of festered, like, oh, we can go on here and bitch, and that's what everybody else does, that's what I'll do. Don't do that. Go to Cosplay Support Movement. Everybody's nice and friendly. And
dangerously off topic now, and again, all we have to do is just wrap the show up and just say thank you very much to my guest. Thank you very much, Becky.
No problem. I'm actually really enjoyed it. It's actually been really helpful.
Yay! Happy Becky is happy.
Yes.
Thank you guys, and I love you all.
Thank you very much to my co-host Jess, Melanie.
Woohoo!
Oh, goodbye. I mean, yes, I'm going to go and be horrendously ill tomorrow.
Okay, but before you go, let's do some live plug-in. So where can we find you, Jess?
You can find me on costumeandplay.co.uk or type in costume and play into Facebook.
Cool. Melanie, where can we find you?
Either Costume and Play or Seriously Cosplay. And I'm currently cosplaying Amy Pond, by the way. I just kind of forgot to mention that. I was just like randomly sitting here in a wig and with makeup.
Whoa, that's not your real hair? Darn!
No, it's not. It's a wig.
Oh, sweet.
It's a wig.
Okay then. And Becky, finally, where can we find you?
You can find me on Becky Courtney Cosplay, and if I like you enough, you can add on Facebook, and it's just Becky Courtney. Yeah.
Excellent.
Oh, so such a nice person.
Okay, excellent. And that wraps up this show, and we're out of here.
Bye.